Bro, you've gotta help me. Why? What's wrong? I'm being chased. Chased? By who? I'm being chased by something that brings me nothing but utter disappointment and sadness. I'm being chased by DreamWorks Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken. Dear God, no, that's awful. I know it's awful. Oh, here she comes. Ah! Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So remember in my last Ruby Gillman video where I said this? And also, this time I actually will make a full review of the movie when it ends up coming out. So I actually watched the movie about a month ago and I've been putting off this video for one simple reason. The movie sucked. Like, it wasn't so egregiously bad that I can laugh and point at it, but it wasn't even good enough for me to say anything good about it. I wish I could say more, but like, it was just bad. The movie was just bad. It was so disappointing and sad to watch the entire time. I was straight-faced, no emotions. I was just like... The whole time. The characters are all incredibly uninteresting. If you put a gun to my head and asked me what these three characters' names were, I would be dead. You could just kill me automatically. I don't remember anything about them. Ruby Gillman's entire family was uninteresting, especially the dad and the son. They did nothing. And the villain! Oh my goodness! It was so incredibly obvious that the villain was a villain. They were trying to paint her as a good person in the beginning, but they were very obviously a villain. And it doesn't even matter that I know that because they put it in the trailer! And there was also this love interest in the movie that I actually forgot about up until now because, once again, it didn't do anything. The plot was uninteresting, the setting was uninteresting, the dialogue was uninteresting, and somehow the animation is uninteresting. Out of all the things, I expected them to at least get down the animation, but still, it was boring. Also, another thing that I have to say that really bothered me is that this, like, rock in the middle of the ocean is supposed to be supposedly like a kingdom, but it looks nothing like a kingdom. It just looks like a big fat rock that a bunch of people are hanging out in. I can't see this as a kingdom. There is one good thing that I could say about this movie. There was a joke towards the beginning of the movie that I actually did find really funny, and it actually clears up something that I talked about in my last video. In my last video, I was wondering why Ruby Gillman was like blue and how nobody around her would notice that she's not a human. But in the movie, their explanation for that is that they're from Canada and everyone around them is just like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Aren't you one of them, Gillmans?
Guilty! Just kidding. Not guilty. Totally normal.
Is she blue?
I'm from Canada. Eh?
Oh, that totally makes sense.
That was funny. I like that. But everything after that point just went downhill. If you want a movie that has a similar premise to this one, just go watch Luca or Turning Red because they do this idea so much better and in a much more interesting way. This year, I believe, has been an incredible year for animation. There's been so much talent and so much creativity that so many people have had to work with that I'm proud to be a part of a society that's able to create things like this. And then Ruby Gillman just walked up with her fish flippers and everyone just did not care. There was not a single person that I saw that was like, oh yeah, Ruby Gillman, that was a good movie this year. Nope. No one. It's insane how DreamWorks made arguably the two best animated movies of 2022, and in this year they made Ruby Gillman and they're soon to make Trolls 3? Like, how do you fall on your face that hard? I just don't get it. Ruby Gillman was a disappointment overall. So yeah, that's basically the whole video. I have nothing more to say. I wish I had more to say, but this movie gives me nothing to say. I hope you enjoyed this video.